And we are live. Hello, everyone. Another special from IndieVolt. We are helping Nina launch her book today. How are you, Nina?
I'm excited. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Busy day for me today.
Shall we press the live button?
Do it.
Gosh, it even says drum roll on the freaking Kickstarter page, and it's up! Woohoo! Okay, let
Let
me.
me share that real quick. Hold on. Gonna go to my share.
Do you want me to share the screen?
If you want, go ahead.
Okie dokie.
There we go.
Congratulations, your project is
There we
now
go.
online, but
Yeah.
in Italian. Hooray!
Hooray! It's ready. There it is. Up there. Sunrise Blossom, Volume 1 and 2. Which, you know, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably laugh at this, but I feel a type of attachment to this project
Yeah?
because Eric, if you remember, reached out to you and we had you on. It came from Webtoon.
Yes,
The
I
very
remember.
first, like it was like out of the blue, we liked the comic, reached out to you. You're like, yeah, I'll come on. You were nervous, and you came on, and so like I feel attachment to these characters, like almost watching them grow up. And it's
Oh, wow,
weird.
one backer already.
Look at that. There you
Yeah,
go.
I am doing my sharing right now.
Oh, thank you. I did like all the sharing on all my social media like 50 minutes ago.
Now,
Yeah, I think we met like during CromCon or maybe Lucifer's Lounge or something like that.
well, no, it was Eric had you on. It came from Webtoon, the show that we did,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
yeah,
before that.
yeah,
Oh,
that was it. And then yeah, we just then after that we had CromCon and a couple other places she would always
oh
show
boy.
up at, and I'm like, there's Nina, I know her. It was just really cool to have like this comic that came out of nowhere that I was reading, and then get to know you and watch this project just grow, and here we are now. You know, Sunrise Line. Look at the
Now
number
we're
just
at
keep
volume 2.
yeah. Look at that number going up. 3 backers now.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness, this is so fast.
now what's
It's
the
it's been live 2 minutes. Yay!
what is the Italian dollar? Is it the I'm
I
married to
should
Italian
know
Euro.
woman.
that.
The
I'm married to Italian
Italian
woman.
dollar.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the euro.
The euro. All right, right. Okay.
Hmm.
So because for some reason,
I think there
um,
might be an option to show things in dollar form. Ah, there we go.
yeah,
US dollar. There we go. Ooh,
$77. That's sweet,
wow.
sweet American
That's freaking like 7, 8 hours of work.
money. Those Eagle bucks.
Eagle bucks.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what you.
thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, this Sarah, maybe.
Thank you, Trish.
Trish, who launched yesterday, who's like making
Yeah,
impressive numbers.
and the
Uh,
comic looks so awesome.
yeah. And
Hmm.
I love the character designs.
did you happen to catch her launch party
No,
yesterday at all?
no.
You didn't?
Yesterday I was working, sadly,
Ah,
when the
okay.
launch
Yeah,
party
yeah.
was up.
They're doing gangbusters. They crossed 1,000 already, I believe, right?
Wow, I remember that they were like at almost 20 right before the launch party ended, or something like
Seventeen
that. That
thirty
was
right now, so
impressive.
almost two
Yeah.
thousand. Wow.
Ooh, that's
But
impressive.
hey, Nina, you're next. We gotta get you up there. So
Oh, thank you, Rich.
And Rich
Also,
says he was the first backer.
oh, also, good morning, Miss Rena.
Good morning. Yep, I just shared all over the place, and I will be sharing again in a couple minutes.
Thank you.
Of course. And I'll be sharing it through the whole time the campaign is live too, so you get our support.
Oh, thanks. I've posted and I've tagged you on the Twitters, on the Instagrams, on the Facebooks. I think I mostly like reshared the ones that you posted
Yeah.
on the Discords and on my family WhatsApp group, which is like honestly my like number 2 support, like comic support group. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like my mom should be somewhere in the comments among the viewers.
now, because we did it yesterday too, and we knew
Hmm.
we did this for you as well. Uh, because I felt like it's important to do
Hmm.
celebration. Wouldn't be a party What would a party be? That cake. As such. There
Oh,
are some books.
I'm so stupid. I've got a freaking sunrise blossom cocktail. And how about before I share the trailer and everything like that, I show you guys how to make the sunrise blossom cocktail. So if like anyone like wants to drink with me, oh, there's my mom. Hi, mom. So if any, so back to talking about alcohol. If anyone wants to like drink in company, like we can all drink that together. Hold on.
I am drinking tonight. I am bringing back a shot, so I am not drinking until tonight.
But people listening can tune in. So yeah, she can tell us how to make it. Let's learn how to make booze. There we go. Now, this book. Again, I started reading on webtoon, which feels such a long time ago. But to watch to watch again to get to this point, it's really cool. It makes me want to go back and pull up that old it came from webtoon episode with Nina and look at it again because she was so nervous and she's gotten used to talking to people and everything because she was cocktail. Hello, Mom. Yeah, that's a different cake from yesterday. Yesterday's cake was blue. Yeah. Yesterday's cake has been eaten. Been ate. Now, Nina, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
There, it's because I had to like unplug. Oh, tits. Okay, so so you start with some grenadine syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. Pineapple juice.
Well, pineapple juice. A generous portion.
A little bit more. I forgot to shake the bottle beforehand. Peach vodka. Now, there is a missing ingredient, but I can't remember what it was. Grenadine syrup, peach vodka, pineapple juice. There was something else, but I can't remember what it was. Oh well, it's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Because I made it a lot during my first campaign, so I had to go watch some of the videos from the crowdfunding of my first campaign to remember the exact recipe.
Sean Dean made a indie malt drink. He gave me the directions.
What's it like?
I made it and it was really good. I gave it to Lola and she says, "Yeah, that does taste pretty good, but you have to be careful. If you're too liberal with the alcohol, you will suffer." So, go back and look at the comments here. Tabasco sauce. That's what. Sure says we like.
Mom says Tabasco sauce.
Oh yeah. Tabasco sauce. Yeah. Mara V says that's too healthy for me. That's too healthy for Mara V. And none of that pineapple juice stuff. Where's the alcohol? More. You put 2 types of juices in that thing. Next you have.
I can't put my finger on what the missing ingredient was. Maybe it's
if you don't miss it in the taste, it might not be necessary.
No, because it looks different. Because it had this really nice layered colors, and when you mixed it, it mixed the colors, and the palette fit kind of the color scheme of my comic. Because you see how here in the background is mostly peach pink colors, and it fit those colors, but also taste wise, it tasted like that kind of fruity sweet.
Well, your mom makes you sure you add Tabasco sauce. She put it right there. So that's what you're missing.
Thanks, Mom. You can add your own Tabasco sauce.
How does it taste though?
Sweet.
Yeah.
I put in too much grenadine syrup. Maybe it was tropical juice. No, it was pineapple juice. Gosh, I really don't remember. Oh well. Better luck next time. So, shall we share this trailer?
You're almost at
wait,
200.
5.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hit the
Shall we
let's check the trailer out. Let's see what you got.
Let's check the trailer out. Yay! Oh boy, we're at 29%. That's awesome.
Look at those numbers. They're just going up and up and up.
Sorry, I'm sharing it everywhere. I'm paying
And
attention
you're
to you. I'm just
apologizing for
sharing.
it?
It's I'm sharing it as well, so give me a second. Sorry. If I cannot break my computer for a
Oh,
second,
thank
let me-
you.
So tell us a little bit about it for those that don't know about Sunrise Blossom.
So, Sunrise Blossom is, I'm going to read this off the screen because memory, is a coming of age story about Ivy. This
Okay,
one
let me
here.
show that real quick. Hold on one second.
So
There we
this
go.
is volume 1. It's 223 pages long. It's in grayscale. The second volume is a little bit shorter, but in full color, and the art is so much better. So, anyway, it's a coming of age story about Ivy, a young falcon harpy abandoned by her birth mother and raised by a family of owls. While traveling with her sister to learn about human culture, Ivy has an argument with her and is separated from her, only to be picked up by a human woman, Violet, who helps her discover herself and bloom into womanhood, both through her emotions and wink wink. But it's only after a dramatic turn of events that Ivy discovers her romantic feelings for her human companions. And that, without any spoilers, wraps up the plot of the first volume. And in this new issue, after the dramatic ending of Volume 1, Ivy spends some time with a kind old fatherly man. But when his real daughter shows up, it's time for Ivy to return to her love interest.
I love the art. It's like so cute.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
I was having a lot of fun making your graphics and stuff for the launch
you.
party. I really liked it.
Snitties, Can Italian, that's like like whenever I'm not drawing biddies, Snitties is like what I do full time pretty much. Like half of my like commission list is Snitties.
And what is that?
Snake titties.
Ah, okay.
Snake ladies.
You're gonna have to send me some of those so I can see them.
Oh yeah, I've got lots. So this is the cover of the first volume, which is already out, and of course you can also buy the first volume through here. And right underneath it, we have the cover design for the second volume,
Let's see, you
Which-
got that.
which I don't know if there are any GL manga readers out among the watchers, but it's a reference to a rather famous cover of a fuck words. Okay, let me restart. It's a reference to a rather famous girls love manga, and it's a reference pretty much. So
You
yeah.
you got the everyone who doesn't know it, the girls love means girls love manga.
Oh,
But
of course, it's
like
girls
not
kissing.
girls love manga. It's just relationship between two women.
I mean, if it wasn't clear enough from the picture.
Hey, some people, man, they just don't know. They're like,
Oh, they're such good friends. But yeah. So as Varian mentioned before, it is also available to read on the Webtoons platform, and up to now, on Webtoons we've reached 1,880 subscribers, which are pretty good numbers, and I'm pretty happy of that. And 800 something subscribers on Tapas, which is pretty well. And even the page views have like skyrocketed since launching the first campaign, and it's something like almost 200,000 page views. Almost, yeah, like 192,000 page views, and it's just going
Nice.
well.
and I want to tell people too, Nina, that I don't want people thinking, oh, well, I'll just go read it on Webtoon. No. With the printed version, there's extra pages. There's different things
Yeah,
in the
there's
Webtoon.
extra content on.
Yeah,
on
that
the
you're gonna get in
website.
the printed version. Not,
Absolutely, there's extra pages.
Volume 1 contains. I remember Volume 1 contains cute harpies and maid
Oh,
outfits,
I've got the list right here.
and that final one is great.
So volume 1 contains 200 plus pages grayscale, extra pages not present in the Webtoons version, cute harpies in maid outfits, and cute lesbian harpies in maid outfits.
There's your reason to buy it right there.
There you go. There you go.
While volume 2, which if volume 1 didn't give you enough reason, volume 2 has 53 pages, is in full color, and the art is a lot better than the first one. I like it a lot. Beautiful red-headed harpies, sexy Scottish old men, tearful and heartwarming reunions, and maybe some romance tropes that are exaggerated, but it's really cute and it works. Trust me on this, guys. So here we've got some examples of some of the first pages that are present in the comic.
Yeah, when you mentioned it,
Yeah?
when you mentioned you can see, like we mentioned this on the show a long time ago, the changes to your art. You're not the same artist you were when you started this project.
It's a pretty long going comic as well. Like I started it almost 3.5 years ago. And there's a lot of artistic growth that can happen in 3.5 years.
So, what made you come up with the story?
So, when I was in comic school, during the second year of comic school, one of the projects that they asked us to do was to draw 4, 5, 6 pages of whatever we wanted, so long as it was not in a realistic or semi-realistic style. And so it's like to draw something with like an exaggerated style, like in the French comics, like Asterix and Obelix, 1010. I don't know if you're familiar with those. Lucky Luke, like classic French comics with like very exaggerated features. And like there on the spot, I thought of a cute 5-page story about a woman hitting a bird while driving her car at night. And she couldn't reach her veterinarian, so she brought the bird home, nursed it, promising to bring it to the vet the next morning. And when she woke up the next morning, she had a half-naked harpy in her bed. And I had fallen in love with the concept pretty much. And so after I finished the comic that was ongoing then, which was Our Name Was Maya, after I finished that, I dove directly into this one. And now the style is a little bit more semi-realistic compared to the original grotesque cartoony style, but it has also improved a lot. So that's pretty much how it came to be.
I remember reading that version of the comic with the car accident, and you showed it to us, and I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was a really cool idea. And you wake up and you're like, "Woo!" And then this bird is now a half female. It's a harpy. It's in my bed. Some people wouldn't have kicked it out. Some people would have been like, "Hey, you can stay."
Yeah, I mean that's also kind of like what happened on the spot near the beginning of that first volume. But because we live in a predominantly capitalistic world, it was time for her to go to work, and the fear of being late was bigger than the fear of having a bird in her bed.
Isn't it
So she had
something? Isn't it something like, yeah, you're too afraid to, yeah. I gotta go to
so
work. I'm out of here.
yeah, exactly. So like, fuck, I gotta go to work. I'll deal with this bullshit later.
Yeah, which is admittedly crazy. I mean, it's imagine. I mean, but you know what? Too, it's relatable. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's relatable because how many times have we all gone home with someone and woke up the next morning like, oh my god, what are you? Um,
I don't know, Varian. Have you?
I, I won't admit to it, but um, yeah, I won't admit to it. It's happened. Um, it hasn't happened in a long time. A long time. Sarah says she's got to
Hi,
run. She's got to
Sarah.
get to
Thanks
work.
for coming.
She passed the 200 mark. Okay, she passed it. You're past 200, Nina.
Oh, awesome.
And you got a question. Is there any special lore on why the girl is a harpy, or was she just born as one?
Well, near the beginning of the first volume, in the first in the first chapter, there is like a very brief introduction, and so to answer your question in a nutshell, she was born as one, but her being a harpy and it being considered something weird, unnatural, monstrous, and something to hide is actually a theme that goes hand in hand with her discovering her sexuality. Because the way that many of her species are seen and treated is the same way that many people in the LGBT community are seen and treated as well. So it's kind of like a double journey on that side, and there's like a parallel in that sense. So like story wise, she's a harpy because she gay. Lore wise, she was born with it, but real reason, I just really fucking love monster girls. So there you go.
Now, I remember when you first were talking about the book. I was like, well, it's. I was telling people about it, and I think I even told Lola, and I'm like, Lola, she makes no secret about her sexuality. She likes men and women, and I joke with her about it. I'm like, well, this book's right up your alley. You go ahead and check it out. But yeah, it's and you're at 221 right now. 221 of a $570 goal. So congratulations to that. That's really cool. You're going to
So
crush
like
that
goal
goal.
wise, I put like the bare minimum that was necessary for everything to be printed and delivered. Because honestly, whether I make 500 or whether I make 1,000, I don't really care. No, wait, that's a lie. That's a lie. I digress. I mean, I want to get it printed and I want to get it out there. And if I am able to like get more than 500, good.
Yeah.
but like as long as I am able to like at least print it, then I'm satisfied because it means that I'll be able to move on pretty much with the story. And
Any
that's
ideas for
really.
stretch goals or anything in this particular
Oh,
book? or no?
yes, actually. Like, if you allow me to scroll down a little bit. How about, like, I show, like, the rest of the page, and then we can, like, reach the stretch goals as soon as we get there. So, shipping-wise, Americans, fear not. Even though there is the euro sign, there is nothing to be afraid of. Do not worry. Because thank you to Critical Blast, shipping to the United States is only 13 euros, which is roughly $14.50. Roughly, I mean that was the conversion rate when I made the page. So it's roughly that amount, and it's a lot cheaper than like if I were to ship them individually, which would have been something like I don't know, $25, almost $30, which is crazy honestly considering how much the like the volumes cost, because the sorry, the second volume alone is, where is it? Is 15 euros, which is about 16 US dollars. And the combination of volume 1 and volume 2 is 35 euros, which is about 40 US dollars. And keep in mind, the first volume is a pretty big book. It's 220 pages. And the second is 50 plus pages, which is pretty big. And like shipping costs, like I know how shipping costs can be like a huge turnoff for Kickstarter campaigns. So luckily, that's good. And so shipping to the United States is about 13 euros, which is $14.50. Shipping to the United Kingdom is about 13 euros, which is about £10.50. Shipping to the rest of the United Union is 10 euros. Shipping to Italy is 2 euros. And the rest of the world is 20 euros because, alas, we only have RJ in the United States. They don't have an RJ in Canada and Australia, so I'm sorry.
I could probably find you an RJ in Australia. I know of one. We'll talk.
I don't have a lot of audience in Australia.
Yeah. Miss Rena says, "Is that a cake in the can?" Yeah, that's her. When you launch on Indie Vulture, we try to have some fun. So
it looks
there's some other
delicious.
there's some other comics attending this launch party for Sunrise Blossom, and we got Lure there, Battle Badgers, Life on Korra.
Ooh.
That's
Actually-
Jason Doobie's is that Blood Hunter? Shadow Hunters. And I forget the other book on the side too. I didn't see what it was. Sorry.
They look awesome. I actually did one of the variant covers for Life on Korra 4
Did you?
last year. Yeah. I've got let me go grab it.
Okay. You know, one thing I like about Nina too, she's so full of energy. Like, unlike me, who's like, she's full of energy. She's excited about her work.
She's full of energy, but I could tell she's like a Spitfire.
Yeah.
She's a true Italian. You can be happy and lovey and full of energy, but you piss us off.
Mm.
See, I've never
So,
I've never seen Lola happy and lovely and full of energy. I've never seen that.
Oh.
That'd
So
be
yeah,
scary.
this was the variant cover that I did for Life on Korra 4 last year.
Yeah, I don't think I got that cover. I think that Mike Jimmy stiffed me on the good cover. I see how it
Because
is, Mike.
there was the regular cover and then there were two variants, mine and the one by Rich Parada.
He's now known as the Bruin. That's what he's gonna be known as. No more Mike Jimmy for him.
You're gonna see a lot of Mike Jimmy today, because at 2:30,
Yeah.
Nina is also gonna be on Pitches Be Crazy along with Mike Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
already told him I'm gonna kick his ass.
there we go.
And then tonight, as we're bringing back Backer Shots, and Mike Jimmy will be on that too.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, I don't know what time that is for you. That's probably like 3 a.m. for you. So
Yeah, after the first campaign, I kind of stopped doing shows at 3 a.m. It was
Oh yeah,
exhausting.
it's
So-
it's
Mhm.
it's exhausting doing all these shows.
Yeah.
Hey.
Especially at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, aside from Volume 1 and Volume 2, there are extra items that are available on the campaign, which are the cover print of Volume 1, the cover print of Volume 2, wedding print, and these, the Volume 1 and the wedding print were available on the first campaign. And that were not available on the first campaign, we also have Halloween print and the Summer Fun print, which I'll show in a moment. So this one was the wedding print illustration. This this was the Halloween one. Hello. Don't mind me zooming in. This was the Halloween one, and I actually really like that one. I'm really proud of that one. This one is the Summer Fun one. And there's also bookmarks. And here there's Pepper with bookmark, one of my...
No cat included.
Uh-huh. Oh, here there's Pepper with Volume 1. Note, Pepper not for sale.
Yeah.
that cat does not look happy.
Have you paid Pepper for her? It's female. Have you paid Pepper for her endorsement of your book? She looks like she's getting ready to call her agent.
Yeah, I'm teaching her to sit and giving her lots of treats every day.
Okay, all right.
Now, if I say sit, most of the time she sits.
Okay. Oh, nice. See, I didn't think cats were trainable.
They're not as bootlicky as dog. I know that's not the right word, but it's not coming to mind at the moment. I love dogs. I can't think of the right word at the moment. But they're not as like bootlicky as dogs. But if you give them incentive, they do it.
Nina, I just have to say, you remind me of someone that should be in my family.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You
you
do.
do?
Oh,
Yeah.
aw.
Well,
You're like a family, one of my family members, and
she does look like, well, yeah,
you do look like one of my cousins.
yeah. It's kind of weird how much she does look like.
Oh boy.
I was looking at her like, yeah, I could see that.
Jasmine.
Yeah, she looks like
You look
Jerry.
like my cousin Jasmine, and
Oh,
the
thank
way
you.
you act and the way you sound, like you'd fit in perfectly.
Well, I didn't
Thank
know.
you.
I'll be honest, I didn't know Nina swore until like 5 minutes ago when she said titties. I'm like, oh shit, she swears. Awesome.
She's
Titties is a
Italian.
swear word?
Yeah.
Well, darn diddly.
I have seen owners potty train the kitty to use the toilet. See, I don't know about a cat being on my toilet or a dog. Like, I said
Yeah,
it outside.
they're harder. Actually, I've got like a mini series on TikTok,
Mhm.
in which I post videos of me training my cats, and the titles of every single one of them is me passive aggressively training my cats to prove a point to my in-laws with a massive untrained Newfoundland dog. Because they have this massive dog they refuse to train. Like, they cling to excuses like, oh, but he's still a baby. Oh, he's in his rebellious teenage phase. Oh, he's a massive dog, and it's dangerous to keep a dog that big untrained. But personal
That's like
frustrations
my
aside,
grandparents. My grandparents, they have a Doberman, and they have well, last time I checked, they had one Doberman and two German Shepherds, and they know how to use the bathroom outside, but other than that, they are not house trained.
Mm-mm.
I mean, one even bit me when I came over once, and I got a scar from that. But yeah, they're like,
yeah,
but they're
it's really
fine. It's
frustrating.
fine. They're just dogs. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. It's so frustrating. And like, coming from a household where like our dogs were like trained really well. Like my dad was like had always been very strict with the dogs, but also very loving at the same time with the dogs. But like our dog, if you tell him get the fuck out, he goes out. If you tell him to sit, he sits and he gets his ears down and he minds his own business. And like seeing like this giant that just like bumps every. Okay, I'll move on for now. To something else. So aside from the prints and the bookmark and the pepper, I also have some original paintings for sale that I've worked on during the winter holiday on my free time, which are all available. Which all can be which can all be purchased as what are they called in English? Like the extra things that you buy, like after deciding what tier to get.
Add-on, yeah.
Yeah, like add-ons, exactly. That you can get as add-ons. And the first one is it's relatively simple. It's a drapery inked hatching illustration. The second is a gouache pin-up painting. I experimented a lot with gouache during the winter holidays. Then there's a really nice little bird, falcon, which is the same species as the protagonist, but I tried to draw it a little bit more realistically than they are in the comic. And the last one, which is my personal favorite, is the protagonist as a falcon among some flowers. Oh, we'll speak of the devil. Hello, darling.
There she is. Oh, there we go.
And we were talking about stretch goals earlier. Here we go. So if we are able to reach 1,000 euros, which is roughly 1,130 US dollars, I'll be giving made Ivy chibi stickers for everyone who pledges a physical copy. If we reach 1,500 euros, which is roughly $1,700, we'll get a Ivy, Mustafa, and Violet chibi stickers for everyone who pledges a physical copy. If we reach 2k euros, which is about 2,270 US dollars, Halloween bookmarks for everyone who plays a physical copy. And I really hope we can get to this because those are licking good abs, and I'm really proud of that one. And I mean, I'm not saying I want to. No, never mind. Never mind. So,
Looking
if
at
we,
ads.
if we get to 2,500 euros, which is roughly $2,550, Volume 1 cover magnets for everyone who pledged the physical copy. If we reach 3K, we get magnets for everyone of Volume 2 of the comic. If we reach, and these ones are ones that I think are really cool, 35,000, I am getting A5, which is roughly yay big, A5 pretty much. Notepads for everyone who plays a physical copy with a lightened version of the cover of Volume 1. So, of course, if you write, it'll still be visible. And lastly, if we reach 4K, notepads with the design of cover 2, which, of course, will be like very lightened down so that if you write, it'll still all be visible. And one part that I think is pretty cool that not many other campaigns have, I've got a meme gallery in my Kickstarter campaign. How many Kickstarter campaigns do you see have a meme gallery?
Yeah, not a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, I was looking through the meme gallery and it's hilarious.
yeah.
So I know it's kind of cringe to read memes out loud, but watch me do it anyway. So the first one we have is reading mainstream GL manga, backing Sunrise Blossom Volume 2 on Kickstarter, your name, with the car. Then we've got Ivy the Harpy, me the author, Sunrise Blossom is child friendly, the readers. This one is actually based on true events, and honestly, I could vent about it for hours and hours and hours because it really pissed me off. But I'm not going to ruin your evening. Sunrise Blossom promotes bestiality.
Yeah, I mean,
It's Monster Girl GL romance.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, so pretty much what happened was that like I reached out to a YouTube indie comic promoter that is pretty well known, because like I reached out to them for the first campaign, but they ignored my messages until the campaign was over, and they were like, "Oh, so sorry, I missed it. Try again with the next campaign." And I did, and they said, "Oh, sorry, we can't promote this type of material." And I was like, "Wait, what type of material? Do you mean like LGBT fantasy?" Like at first I thought, okay, maybe they're like, I don't know, homophobic or stuff like that. And they're like, "No, we can't promote it because it promotes bestiality."
Well, I got a question. You said this person was one on. Don't say their name. Don't say their name. I was gonna. Was it a guy?
No,
Okay.
no,
Ah, interesting.
it wasn't. You
What-
most likely know who it is, but I won't say their
Yeah,
name.
we'll talk. We'll talk off here. We'll talk off here.
Okay. Okay, then we've got you only read mainstream GL manga. I support indie girl love comics like Sunrise Blossom on Kickstarter. We are not the same. Then we've got your name reading mainstream girl love manga, supporting Sunrise Blossom Volume 2 on Kickstarter. Me celebrating the fact that I finished drawing all pages for Sunrise Blossom Volume 2. Having to format the pages from webtoon form to traditional page form. Though luckily, the formatting and the translating is already finished, so the fulfilling will be a lot faster than the first volume. So technically, like as soon as the campaign ends, as soon as the funds reach my bank account, I'll be able to immediately send them all to print. Then in 2 weeks' time, they should arrive here, and then I'll be shipping them all. So technically, by April, they should all be in your mailboxes.
Very cool.
Nice. I can't wait.
Thank you. Then we've got Sunrise Blossom, Girl Love / LGBT comic lovers, Monster Girl lovers. Violet, Ivy, 19 years old. Is this a child / good friend? This is mostly like a thing in the story. Then me talking about Sunrise Blossom. So there's this redhead gay bird and harpies. I sleep. Gay redhead harpies in maid outfits. Real shit. Her, and I think this is, no, it's the second to last one. Her, I bet he's thinking about other girls, him. And this is all a reference to characters in the story, so I apologize. I apologize if it's cringe. I'm just trying to make a living. And it's references to the story, so sorry. Him. But if Dorian Lay is Ivy's biological father, doesn't that mean that her teacher and third wheel Jonathan Lay is her cousin? Does that mean that also Dorian's sheep spawn son is her half brother? Fuck. Okay. Wall of text done on purpose. I fear no man. But that thing, it scares me.
You know, I would have the one with the guy laying in bed. I just realized that has happened. I was looking at a situation where I was like, oh man, that guy, he's an entrepreneur, and he owns a bunch of restaurants and some hotels. And I was like, his wife, did he get her some plastic surgery? Because he's like 70 something. She looks really good for her age. Well, I did some research. I found out his wife died. And I said, well, what the hell happened? Well, the woman that's with him now that he's married to, that's his ex-wife's granddaughter. And they have a teenage son together now.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, how did you marry your wife's granddaughter, sir? Like, that's why they look alike, because I guess if you find a good fit, you just keep it, huh?
No, I guess.
Now, I got to ask you, Nina. Nina, I know, sometimes I look at the main character, and I look at her, I'm like, she gives me some Nina vibes. Was that intentional, or was that just
It's not. Oh, well, yes and no. And to let you in on my private therapy sessions, this is actually something that my therapist actually asked me as well.
Okay.
But mostly because, but most of your comics are girls' love. Are you sure maybe you're not a lesbian? And I'm like, ma'am. 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 Well, yes and no. Actually, because I put a little bit of myself in both of the main characters. Because Ivy and her personality are a bit more similar to like how I am, both like among friends or when I'm in my promotion mode, or also a bit more similar to how I was when I was a teenager. While Violet, the other leading lady, is more similar to how I normally behave, in like a work environment, and it's like my inner older responsible sister, and so technically like the story of them slowly getting closer and gradually falling in love with each other is mostly kind of, I know this sounds cheesy, I'm sorry, but it's kind of like a story of self-acceptance, kind of.
I get it. I just and it's funny. I'm gonna turn to my therapy sessions. I'm not taking that though. From now on, it's gonna be 3 ma'ams, ma'am. It's better than come the fuck on now. It's just 3 man. Everybody's getting this. Matter of fact, you don't have to be a woman. I'm gonna call everybody ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Trish. So if you think I'm cute, considering the comparison Varian just made, you will absolutely love my main character. So look at the campaign, definitely.
Joe says, all love is not Eros love. Eros love, is that what you pronounce that?
Yeah.
People forget about agape and philo. This book is a mix of agape and Eros.
It is. It is. And you are absolutely right. In fact, the fact that sadly in so many girls' love, and even more so in boys' love comics, it's only Eros love. And like even more so often, there is a portrayal that is not real, but is purely a fetishization of queer couples. That is just honestly really frustrating. And keeping that in mind is something that, as much as possible, I try to keep away from. Like the classic fetishization of lesbian women and gay men that there is in many in many BL, GL, Yuri, Yaoi, whatever portrayals. And yes, I did try to keep it a mix of agape and eros. That is an excellent description.
It's that you need Nina on Backer Shot. I'll pledge more of that happening. Can't imagine her actually drunk. She's drinking now.
I mean, I'm not drunk though. I mean, this is just like my second glass.
Yeah, I would. I remember. And Nina, you. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this, and I guess now is as good a time as any. We're having a party after all.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a show in an anime show, a manga based show. That's basically what their pool was. It was so it's a Comic Con with none of those comics, and
Uh-huh.
there were a lot of girls dressed up as male characters. And I was noticing that a lot of the a lot of female readers, they really, really, really like uh, boys love comics.
Yes.
They really like it. But I noticed something else too that I was uncomfortable with. How many of these young girls were at this Comic Con? I'm talking about like 13 to maybe 15, and they were together. And I didn't so much mind that because hey, you know what? If you decide at that age that's gonna be, I'm not gonna stop. But what I was uncomfortable with was the amount of kids making out around me. that I was like, I remember I told Eric, I said, "Can we go? We have to leave. This place is gonna get shut down. I don't want to be on any special list." You know,
Yeah, sadly, the reason why at least many young girls, and like this is like myself as well. I mean, like not very much on the outside, but mostly because also I think it is also because I didn't have the opportunity that many act like them, like many. And this is just, I'm not a psychologist. I am not my therapist, ma'am. Um, it's because that age is an age where there is a lot of searching yourself from the outside. And very often it's not until several years later that you actually start to understand who you are inside. And so you put labels on yourself based on how you are perceived from the outside. And so there are many girls, and like this is like it all over the world, including myself, of age like 12, 13, 14, even 15, that act stupid. They try to act sexy for attention. I mean, even I, when I was 13, would like have like one chug of beer and then pretend to be drunk just because I wanted attention. And that's like classic toxic pick me behavior, but it is very common. But there is another reason why, when it comes to boy love comics, why so many women are avid readers of boy love comics. And the reason for that is that since it's directed towards a mostly female audience, and also mostly female creators, all the men in those series are viewed through a female gaze. So they are not threatening to female. They're more aesthetically pleasing normally, because of course then it also depends on the art. And also because and this may sound weird, but it's true, because they are both men, the readers can identify in whatever the two characters they want to identify with.
Yeah.
And which is like comforting, because like with classic, like rom-com, hetero chick flicks, like they can't identify in both characters. They can only identify in one characters also. Yeah, and just in one character. While with many boy love series, it also like gives a gentler portrayal of men, which many women like, and like this gentler, non-threatening view of men is comforting. And yeah, that's pretty much one of the reasons why boy love is so popular among women, and one of the reasons why it's freaking destroying the webtoon platform, because it's like if you've got a BL comic, it's like boom, instant success, and it's so frustrating, even if it's really bad. Even if it's really bad. Yes.
Look at your thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just shared. I went crazy and went all my groups and messaged some people and.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this is wow.
449.
Yeah. Two things
Right
real
in
quick.
the middle of my of my boy lover.
If anybody wants to drop in and say hello or show support to Nina, the link is in the chat. Come say hi. And I just want to say a little story for me. When I came out, it was my 16th birthday,
Mhm.
and I was so scared, but I knew it had to be done. So what I did was I wrote a letter to my mother, and I gave it to her, and then I ran back up into my room, which was upstairs, and I started crying. And she comes up there about 5 minutes later, and she's like, "Why are you crying? I already knew, and it's no big deal. Who cares what other people think?" So now I'm just open about it. Yeah,
What else?
I like women and I like men.
And what else did your mom tell
Oh,
you?
my mom also told me that she was bi as well. So if
You
I
didn't
had,
know that. At that point.
no, I did not
And
know that.
you've got a
And
golden retriever boy, no, not boyfriend anymore, husband, which seems to be something very common among bi women. And like on TikTok, it's going viral how like many women who identify as bi, like if they're dating men, more often than not, they've got like golden retriever personalities. And I think Varian Fitz is pretty golden retriever.
you're a golden retriever.
Yeah, I'm pretty loyal
He's very loyal,
until Megan
and
Fox walks past. Then
and he supports my decision. And
even the poor ones.
yeah, we've. I'm talking about when it comes to girls. We've had relationships with other women, so there's nothing wrong with it.
I support. I used to have a shirt. It was very crude, and it said, "I support lesbians, especially if they're both hot." And I thought the shirt was so cool. But you could wear a lot of stuff like that in the early 2000s. No one would bat an eye. Now, I got egged.
Yeah, it's a different environment, and like honestly, I'm really glad of all the progress that's been done. And like there's a lot of people complaining about how this type of progress have led people to, have to face accountability for things they did in the past, leading also to things like cancel culture. And like, of course, there are negative aspects to cancel culture, but I
That
also
was
feel it's awful. But I also feel like the progress that we've done in the last 10 years is so much and so good that I'm just really glad, of how much, like the fact that, like there's people complaining that there's like gay people in every single Netflix series these days, and they're complaining, but I'm just so happy that we've finally reached the point where it's socially acceptable to have, LGBT people in everyday Netflix shows, and I'm really glad of the progress that's been done so far. So
The only thing I fear.
I have one issue with it though. Well,
Yeah.
I'll let him go first.
Oh yeah, my issue is that when I know that they're doing it for points, rather than giving that character a personality, making that character a full character or person, they make them they're just a stereotype. They're there to check a box and move on. That sucks because they do it with
Yeah.
African Americans
I
too.
agree.
They'll put us in a story like they've gone back and put us in stories that like I remember watching a movie
Yeah,
and
the
I'm like,
brown quota.
yeah, I'm like, he could not walk in that restaurant and sit down and order a meal at all. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I get the idea that they're like, hey, we're going to tell this story. We're going to make this character black. But that guy is not walking in that restaurant at that era and ordering a meal. It just ain't happening. So when they do that, it kind of upsets me because it's kind of like betraying the truth. But at the same time, I do like seeing the inclusion of characters of different, you know, different races, different ideologies, different, orientations is really cool. The, but Lola, I will let you say what you have to say because I can keep going forever.
No. The only problem I have with it is like when they try to push it on the kids. Like when they try to take a kid cartoon and then they add a gay character or a bi character or whatever. So let the kids choose for themselves
Well, they were saying, yeah, you gotta be
and
this, that'd be different.
don't push it on to them.
But see, I
Okay,
don't
like
think they. What?
Like it might be causing a like, and this is something that I've seen happen in many schools, like mostly in the American continent than over here in Europe, because also like it's different cultures. Because diversity is celebrated so much that children who do not consider themselves diverse or sometimes feel a little bit left out.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Right
But
there.
at the same time, like people who are not, like the canon like the standard, like have been actually left out for so long that at least many people are getting some representation finally. And in the case of like kids cartoons, like on one hand, I can agree that like voicing it sometimes is like sometimes heavy, but there are so many kids who like don't identify and like don't understand, the standard relationships, like standard heterosexual relationships that they see on TV, that knowing that there are other potential options might make it easier for them.
You know what I
Like,
like?
yeah.
You know, I like when they and I did it to a
Also-
friend who got upset.
Yeah,
with
sorry.
me. He said, I like when they have it in the show. And they may have it gay couples in the show, and it's just that's it. You walk in, there's the husband, there's the husbands, and you're like, hey, and that's it. They just move on. The story continues. No one's world stops. I had a friend come out to me about 2 years ago, and he told me he was gay, and I said, "Oh, okay, no big deal. Nothing changes. You're still the same person you were yesterday. I just know that and you're not interested in men. That's what a woman. That's what I know now. It's different. Nothing's changed." He got mad at me though. He told me about a year and a half later. He was upset about my response. He felt that I diminished the impact of what he was saying by not being. And I guess I could see it that way too. I guess I should have. Maybe I should have bought him a cake. Joe says, "Oh, by the way, what do you call a guy who was in a straight women and lesbians?" Me. That's what you call him.
Heterosexual man, I guess.
Joe says, "My only problem with it is that they,
I
writer
agree.
showrunners, don't use sexuality and this is
I
your
agree.
gender as a means of character building. When you have the token character there to appease an audience and it
Token
brings something to the
characters are so frustrating.
yeah."
It's like when they add characters for representation, like the queer character, the black character, the Mexican character, and like it's rarely ever Latin American, like a Colombian, Argentinian. It's almost always Mexican. Aside from that, and it's like it's almost never the protagonist. It's always like the quirky best friend of the white main character, and it's rather frustrating.
They
We're
just
also-
added just to get points, pretty much. Oh,
Exactly.
look, we have this character in here.
Exactly.
But that's why we have stuff like Sunrise Blossom that investigates it, and you can find it here in this comic. We have books. We have a book now.
We've got Arab characters, and they're not token characters because they have personalities. They have no shirts. They have no shirts. They have no shirts. They have cat ears. But no, yeah, okay. Sorry. Aside from the no shirts joke,
I remember the cat guy. There was a cat guy.
yeah,
in the early series.
yeah. This cat guy, his sister. Yeah. There's also black characters in season 1. Volume 1. Though because it's a story that is kind of set in Europe, the ethnicities present are not the same that there are in the United States.
Right.
Because in the United States, it's kind of a melting pot of cultures, while in in Europe, there's a lot less diversity in the sense of like different types of ethnicities.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like white Europeans. There's a lot of like Arabs from the Middle East and Northern Africa. some people from maybe China, and mostly that's about it.
Mhm.
Like, of course, there are like sub-Saharan Africa people. There are people from like Korea, Thailand, Australia,
Mhm.
Oceania, but there are a lot less compared to the amounts of people of those ethnicities in the United States. So please don't come crying wolf that there aren't enough black people. There are.
Well,
They're just a little bit lighter skinned because they're Egyptian.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you're creating these characters or trying to mix them together with a human and an animal, and you have to do these ethnicities, is that concerning for you? Because the reason I ask is because there was a cartoon, and Joe will know what I'm talking about. There was a cartoon back in the 80s, and they had an episode which they've since banned and removed, where the four main characters got turned into animals, and there's only one black character in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got
Don't tell me he's a monkey.
they got turned into birds, a pig, a goat, but the black guy got turned into a monkey.
Oh.
And it was like, whoa, wait a minute. And it's like, so you kind of got to be aware of that. There I am. There's my character based on me. She's got my abs just right.
Well, I mean, I've got two Arab siblings, and both of them are cat people.
Mhm.
And the only reason why I chose cat above other species is because they're Egyptians, and in ancient Egypt, cats were like special.
Right.
In Egypt, so I thought it was like it's a cute little, non really stereotypical connection. And luckily, well, I guess luckily, like there are many other characters that are, like also half animal, but many of them are like furries, kind of. So like they're covered from head to toe in fur, so you can't really tell if they have any kind of ethnicity. So like aside from like the main characters whose like skin is visible, yeah. So luckily, and I also like I am not going to. I'm not going to make any kind of mistake like that.
Yeah.
For sure. I've got a lot more social sensibility than that.
Now, where you're at, by the way, have you put your city into the comic at all? Have you visited it all?
No, because I wanted to make it vaguely Europe. In fact, there is one panel in the second volume in which there's a scene of one character being arrested, and I like half panicked because I was like, "Oh fuck, what language do I put police in on the policemen's uniforms?" And I chose to go for Esperanto because Esperanto was like a made-up language that was like initially created to be a sort of like language to unite all Europe, because it was like a language that has like influences of all the main countries from the European Union. So like no matter what country you are from in Europe, Esperanto is easy to learn and easy to understand because it's got influences from all languages. So it's not from any specific country, but in Europe. Though there is a scene in the second volume, and I really chopped my foot on this one, where the main character is flying and there's a few cityscapes. And I just Googled references of cityscapes for that. And there were people in the comments on Webtoon that were like, "Oh, wow, she really must have traveled far. She was first in Toronto and then New York." And I was like, "Oh!" I don't mean to do that on purpose.
You tell me she caught a good trade wind, and they just a good crosswind just took her, and all she had to do was just coast. That's mistakes like that happen. I have a buddy of mine who did a whole page, and he set the comic in Michigan. Unfortunately, for some reason, he put a big ass snow-capped mountain behind like this neighborhood, like in the distance. And I'm like, hey, so we don't have mountains like that in Michigan at all. Indeed. He had to be corrected.
Mm-hmm.
449 to 570. I mean, you're gonna crush your goal. You're gonna go way past it.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
and like we've only launched an hour ago, so
Mhm.
maybe during the night, 'cause, you know, it's still like
Or
very
during
early
pitches.
afternoon there. Yes,
We got pitches coming up in about 25 minutes.
excellent.
And I just shared it out again to everybody. So you're gonna see your campaign everywhere.
Oh, that makes me really happy. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what we do here at IndieVolt. We
Yeah, it's trying to get. Here's the thing, and I say, we try to get the word out there. That's what we try to do. We try to get the word out there. But I think that, we can get the word out there as much as we can, and we can promote your comic. But there has to be something to the comic. There has to be
Mhm.
heart and the person behind the book, and that's what I think a lot of people are starting to notice about comics is that, and if you're making them, you have to be. You're going to have two creators: the creators who want to talk to fans and readers, and some of the creators who put themselves above their fans and readers. And those are the ones I dislike, the ones who put themselves above. I like being able to contact and actually be, they have a conversation with the creator and know that they actually care about their work and that panel is brought into that panel, and that I like that. Is that Tommy? Tommy says almost every city in Europe has low profile. There are skyscrapers here and there, but they're rare.
Yeah, it's true. Also, because this is true for many European cities, but I know it's especially true for Milan, which is relatively close to where I live.
I have family from
Because
there.
because during the Second World War, there was a lot of bombing going on in the big cities, and so after the Second World War, a lot had to be rebuilt. But because like a lot had been taken down, then had to be rebuilt. It was like a slow, gradual thing. While New York, like it's got these giant skyscrapers, but it didn't see the war.
Yeah.
Like there were no people bombing New York. They didn't have to rebuild anything nearly as much. So that's why like London has got lots of skyscrapers. Paris, not really, but Milan only in some neighborhoods. But yeah, also because the Second World War, many of the big European cities are still relatively low. Also because, forgive me for this, we don't have to compensate for sizes.
Now,
Okay, sorry, that was maybe a bit mean. I apologize.
I told Lola, I
No,
said,
a lot of Italian women are we're blessed.
I have to. I told Lola she wants to go to Italy at some point. She wants to visit. I said, hey, we'll definitely make a trip over there. So now we'll definitely call you, Nina, when we're coming over.
Mhm.
We'll call you, but you have to escort us to Caprese Bristica.
Capriza what?
What is it? Brescia? Brescia? Brescia?
You'll have to spell it again.
Okay, so the
'Cause
Caprese.
I know there's Carpizza, but that's like a purse brand.
Yeah, CAPRIZZA. Next word is
Carpizza.
is
Okay.
BRESCIA.
Oh, I live in Brescia.
Okay, all right. So
I
Yeah,
mean,
so-
I don't know where Carpizza is, but Brescia is literally the city where I live in, but there's nothing interesting in Brescia.
there's nothing interesting here. There's a pizza place, and it's got neon lights, and it looks like, and they have good pizza. I heard all about it.
Caprizza Brescia. Ah, okay. It's in
Now you're
Brescia.
gonna go.
Shit, that's where I live.
Oh.
I mean, it's a relatively small city. It's got pollution and Roman ruins, but every Italian city has that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I got
awesome.
family that I know of in
Yeah?
Milan, Venice, and Sicily.
Awesome.
I just want some of the pizza. They have shrimp on pizza.
Oh, there's
Like
got
shrimp.
on pizza everywhere.
Okay, well, see, not here. Not here.
Yeah,
That's
it's
special.
it's like standard shrimp on pizza.
Huh. I didn't know
We
that.
don't have pineapple though. That's only in just a few pizzerias.
Yeah.
I like pineapple.
Me too. Please don't tell.
I know that'd be our little secret.
Don't you say don't tell the other Italians, don't you?
It's so sweet and moist, and it goes so well with the savoriness of the tomato.
It
and
does,
the
doesn't it?
ham. It does.
Yes.
Somewhere, some Italian grandmothers went crazy. You get those girls in here, I'll set them straight.
Oh, funny story actually. Like most pizzerias here, like the ones that are like in like the small towns, most of them, they're not managed by Italian people at all. Because most pizzerias owned by Italian people are kind of snooty. Most pizzerias are owned, managed, and the pizzas are cooked by Middle Eastern and North African immigrants. And their pizza is honestly so good. Like literally, like out of 5 pizzerias in my town, like 3 of them are owned by Egyptians.
Trish says, now I feel boring after South Dakota. Listen, Trish, don't get me. I go to South Dakota. I've been there twice now, and I love it. I love people. People are so nice there. Marv says, brecha in Portuguese means rack on the wall or floor, not the other one.
Nina, you only need $98 more.
Gasp.
Dollars?
Go look at your thing.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Look. You're almost there.
I would also like to thank my mom for pledging as much as she did.
We always gotta thank the mom. Thank you, Nina's mom.
Well, she's not here anymore. They went to the cinema.
Wow, Frankie.
Also, Trish, no, I'm not gonna fall for that. I know what Chicago pizza looks like. There's actually like a TikTok meme about Chicago pizza, because like there's like a video of this person complaining about Chicago pizza, like where's the cheese, and there's this person reacting to the video that's like, it's under the sauce. But where's the cheese? It's under the sauce. How can you call it pizza if there's no cheese? It's under the sauce.
Let's see here. Have you on Twitter to add for promos? You mean for Nina?
On Twitter, I'm Nina's Blue Tie, but here here's my link tree, and it's I don't know if I can post it here. I'll post it in the private chat. Can you post it in the comments?
Yeah.
If you
Okay,
go to Twitter and if you follow me,
Yeah.
the Indie Princess, you will see it everywhere. And if you follow Indie Volt, you will see it.
So on my link tree, I've got the Kickstarter page, the trailer for the Kickstarter, my Patreon, my Webtoon page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Twitch, and I've been streaming there, not daily, but almost in the past couple weeks. My TikTok, my newsletter, my Tapas, my Discord, my Fur Affinity, and my Facebook page.
Lots of place to contact Nina.
I didn't know you had a
Yeah.
Fur Affinity.
I mean, I've got it for the networking, but I actually haven't posted there much recently at all.
Did she trash talk Chicago deep dish pizza?
Oh
Excuse
no,
me?
I didn't. I was.
Excuse me?
I mean, I've never tried it, because it's also very different from traditional
Yeah.
pizza. I've never tried it. I would be interested in trying it, mostly because we do have something that is a little bit similar, but not quite. Because normally, when people think of pizza, they think of the, that's similar to the New York style pizza, which is like the flatbread, with the tomato sauce and the cheese and the toppings and stuff. But here we also have a thing called pizza alta, which is high pizza, which is pretty much pizza where the dough is like really, really, really fluffy and like really tall. It's not the same, but like I guess it's more similar than traditional pizza.
Chicago deep dish pizza, if you can get one, it's great. Otherwise, if somebody makes it badly, it's fucking lasagna. And it's like, what is
I
this?
like lasagna.
Well, I got a problem with
So
you can't
maybe-
cut lasagna into slices. And it's for me to eat by hand. That's what Trisha said. It's like lasagna and pizza. Had a thick baby.
But also, I wasn't trash talking. I was referencing a TikTok meme earlier.
You got to be careful. Joe's very very, very particular about his pizza, especially Chicago pizza. And on top of that, you know, we respect Joe because he's the guy they sent in to clean out the Cabrini Green projects.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know that, Joe. I'm putting the secret out there. Joe was the reason why they closed the Cabrini Green. And he said, "I always stop all this foolishness." He went over there and he had a superhero mask. It was great.
So I forgot to show it before, but at the bottom of my page, I've got a nice friendly shout out section, which is awesome campaigns that are either live now or will be live relatively soon that people should definitely check out. First place is Mike Jimmy Lursha de Brun. I'm so sorry, dude. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Forgive me.
No one does.
Yeah.
I call him
Lorsha.
Mike Jimmy,
Mike
or I call him
Jimmy
Mike Jimmy
Lursha.
LeBruin.
Exactly. So he launched Volume 5 just yesterday. I was backer number 2. Whoever was backer number 1, I'm coming for you. And it's really cute and it's really awesome. And he's got like 8 freaking variant covers. Who the fuck does that? Mike does. Baboom. It's amazing. Then we've got Daphne Lage's Eagle Raven, Air of the Last Unicorn, which launches a month after this campaign ends, if I remember correctly.
I thought, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
launched already. No, it didn't. No, I'm making the other book. Yeah,
No, the other one launched last month,
right.
and
That's what
this
I'm
one
thinking.
launches in March.
Yep.
Yep.
Then we've got Glyn in Monsterland, if you like Monster Girls, and if you like Sunrise Blossom, I think you'd like this. I mean, look at the character design, it's so cute.
Mm-hmm. Look at those titties.
Then we've got House of the Queer Bodies Part 1, and honestly, the character design is so cute too. I mean, look at that art, it's so cute. I love the colors. Then we've got Reign of Ages by W.S. Quinton and Nick Capone, which launched recently, and it's halfway through. Then we've got the wonderful Brink and Fetch Want to Have Fun, which launched with you just yesterday.
Yep.
And look at the two girls. I love them. They're so cute. I just want to smoosh
Yeah.
their faces.
I said I'm the one in the blue because I got half my head shaved.
And then we've got Conversation in Pop Culture, who I think I might have a show with soonish, but I don't remember. I have to check my calendar.
Mike Jimmy said, I'm messing up his name on purpose now. Says that Glenn Marshall is drawn by an Italian artist too. And Trish Biggs said, and pledged.
Oh,
And Nina, we got you back on February 10th. You'll be coming back on with us.
yes, because
But
it's
you know
just
you're
like a couple
welcome.
days.
You're
couple
welcome
days
on
before.
anytime.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you guys do like, group activities, draw streams, anything like that, just hit me up. And as long as it's not like in the evening for you, and if I'm not working, then I'm totally in.
Yeah. And two, I'm gonna see if I can get her to send me some capriza from that place with my book. Just like wrap it up real tight, and we'll see what happens when it gets here. Probably.
Well, as long as there's not too many people, if you guys ever come to Brescia, you can sleep on my uncomfortable pull-out bed.
There we
pull-out
go.
couch.
There we go. Yeah. It'll
Because
just be me and Lola.
because I live here in Brescia, which is like maybe 1 hour from Milan, roughly,
Okay.
and
Cool.
2.5 hours from Venice.
See, and everyone makes people in Italy just take a boat everywhere. I'm like, they have cars. they have vehicles. I don't know why.
We do have, unlike the United States, we do have a lot of trains too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Europe relies a lot on trains. We have so many trains. Like
Yeah.
wow, like no wonder there's so many train spotting fans. You've got so many trains.
People jump. I know that I watched a train video. The guy drove onto the train and parked his car and waited in place, and the train took him from one destination to the other. Took him from one country to the other. Actually, like that's really cool. Like all we have is like tunnels and like we can take the underwater tunnel to get to Canada or the bridge, but that's about it, man. We got trains, but we
But
rarely
it's
take
not the
those.
same
Yeah.
because like trains in Europe are like the nervous system. Like if you were to like open a map of Europe and like with only like train tracks, it's like everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, we are gonna wrap up this part of the show,
So
and then we're
shall
gonna
we-
go into the other one.
Awesome. So shall we show the trailer one last time?
Sure.
That's so cute.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Uh,
the link to the next show, the YouTube, if you guys want to tune in for that one, is in the chat.
Yeah.
So we will be over there. It's gonna start in 9 minutes, so we got to get over there.
Okay, let's wrap this up. But before you do that, Mario, Marv says, I live in front of a train station. Doc Blaylock, thanks. He says, hell, Indie Vote, hell, Nina, hell, chat, hell, Doc
Hell.
Blaylock. And Mike says, see you on pictures. Nina and I will be competing. We all know how good I am anyway. All right, we'll see you guys. Everybody stay safe. Have a great weekend. And keep sharing this campaign out. Let's get Nina funded today.
Yes, let's do it.
Fingers
Bye,
crossed.
guys.
Bye bye. Thank you.